This time, rather than coming up high, I just want you to twitch this point, and then you can go back down again. Understand? So only your stomach, twitch, and then back down. All you're doing is the same twitch. So maximum twitch through, and then change. So up, twitch through, and then change. Understand? So all you're doing is kicking my gate, right? But I don't want you to think about kind of this part. This part is like your thigh kind of creating the kick. And so this could be really bad, and the bit that you see is good. And then you're only focusing on this. I want you to focus on that initial compression. Compression to produce the kick. So actually this part here is not about this. It's more like relaxation. I mean, if I were to dig it in, and like I'm going to dig it in, of course. But if I'm starting slow and then digging in at the end, it's only possible because he's not moving. I want to have that strong snap feeling. So whether I'm here, or whether I'm here, or whether I'm here, it's still that sharp start feeling to create the kick. This muscle that goes basically your spine through, it's a hip flexor, so through your hip to the top of your leg. This is what we walk with. This is what we initiate that movement with. Everybody's finishing the technique, but not starting the technique. And you need to start it like that, not like walking. A lot of people are focusing on that, and that's the whole problem. I don't want you to focus on that. I want that to be a relaxation. And it just relaxes out. So me kicking Ross Sensei is me being in a relaxed state. Of course, when I make contact, maybe I'm engaging and shoring up my technique, but it's the start that I'm thinking of. Not like I'm starting from this point, slow, fast. No, completely relaxed, fast feeling, yeah? This sense of go feeling, not finish. Remember, we went from that kind of pop feeling, right? We went from that kind of expanded to pop feeling, like not expanding. And so if you're kicking, well, two things. Firstly, you're kicking with your legs rather than that compression of your abdomen. Also, your body mass is going this way. My weight is going this way as I'm trying to create power. I want everything to go in. So it's this part. Whether I'm like super close, or even if I have to make tobi konde, I'm still having my mass go forward. First of all, is keeping your core engaged. So you don't, like most people, you're kind of breaking your line. Right? There's one thing that we do in karate, which is always maintain our seichu sen, right? So maintain that line. The second thing is squeezing your side. So not squeezing and then sticking your bum out. That's not going to help. Squeeze, but keep your core engaged. And then all you have to do is just follow it over. So squeeze, core engage, maintain that form. Then, like, that's my strong side. So I've got to think about those two things. Squeeze, core engaged, maintain that form right the way through. But that twitch, not slow, not breaking your line, not sticking your bum out, but that maintaining your line, compress. Maintain your line, compress, and trying to get that tight twitch from your core to produce that movement. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, so stay where you are, just stand up. So, have that feeling. Hands outside, we're going to go one side, twitch and back down. Okay, so right leg in, shh. Okay, left leg, knee, san. Try to get your knee to your shoulder, well, as high as you can, shoulder. Okay, san, within reason, yeah. Shi, on the first count, really trying to get that compression. But then on the kick, oh, so this is not mawashigeri in your mind. This is some exercise that I'm getting you to do. And then you think, oh, mawashigeri is this. And you've stretched all this area. Now, it might end up stretching, but you can't lift your leg up by stretching these core muscles, these obliques. So this was one thing, this is another. No, same thing. Squeeze, Squeeze round and kick. Try to get those two things together. Retrain your body rather than just, and you're kicking with your quad, that's all. You understand? Kick with your core muscles. First your abs, now your psoas muscle, now your obliques. We'll have that kind of, okay, that feeling, exactly the same feeling. So of course, if I'm kicking long distance, then, you know, and I want to create that long distance, that's fine, but that's not really karate, right? That's scoring a point. Like, what I'm really trying to do is have that ability to kick, whether it be low range, whatever it is, not kind of like, oh, score a point. That's very, very different, where we don't have to have any power and any body connection. This, we want body connection. We want to have that sense of going in, and they start with that movement. From this point, we're starting in this point. Then maybe we don't allow this before, but I want you to twitch. So what I want you to do with your stomach is off the ground. So from here, legs off the ground, hands off the ground. Use your back to come off the ground. Understand? So all I want you to do is have this kind of weird feeling. So we're coming round and snap. Then this is a little bit different because before the twitch was at the beginning. This is the whip in the tail. So I want you to have that feeling of now. Now feeling, yeah? So have that kind of, as you're making impact and you're swinging right the way around. It's that opening. Open. And you kind of point that whip in the tail. Like I'm using the top of my foot. There we've got a pad, but like I'm trying to use the top of my foot to here. So I have that kind of, so it's a little bit longer distance than what you do normally, but I'm trying to get that high five. Understand? You don't want to use your heel. But in actual fact, you'd use your heel. You just, like if they had a pad, it'd be fine. But like just hand is like not so good. So just your bottom of your foot onto the instep, right? So try that. But really, what you're doing is you're pulling your heel right the way around. And it's that use of your back, that is, and the rotation of your hip, of course, that is producing that kick. So wind it up and then twitch. Wind it up, twitch, then back. Like what I would say is that it's so easy to be kind of fixated on the end bit or the last third, you know, like the last part of the technique. And really, you know, if I look at everyone's kick from this point to this point, you know, so if I'm just asking you to do my gauge from Zenkstach and we just look at that, we look at that bit, then it'd probably be very difficult to discern the difference between like a low Q grade and a high Dan grade, because that last 10, 20, 30% is really set. It's difficult to improve on that. And so you spend the whole of your karate career going backwards, really. I've got the last 30%. How about the first 60%? Okay, you get 10% more. So the last 40% is good. Or the last 50, the last second half is good. Then maybe you get the 60%, the last 60%. And really you're just kind of going right the way down to the initiation. The first 5% of your technique. I'm just working on that first 5%. And that comes from deep within your core. And so isolating and kind of working these muscles and even just figure out where they are in order to add value to your karate is probably, after a certain point, the only thing that you really, not the only thing, one of the most important things that you're working on. You understand? Yes.